What is good, fam? Welcome to the video. I'm going to be running some maps while comparing my experience in Diablo in game to my experience in Path of Exile in game. Um, and I have put in countless more hours into Diablo than I have into PoE. Um, that being said, I'm going to keep my comparison as objective as possible. Um, that being said, the majority of the topics that I really want to talk about is the the aspect of how much fun am I having in game in PoE versus Diablo. How much build diversity do I feel as though there is with reaching in game in PoE versus Diablo? Um, those are the two main points, and then three is how easy is it to get into the game and to understand the game to the point where the game is playable, right? So those are the three main topics I feel like as to what's your deciding factor on choosing one ARPG over the other, right? All right. So like I said, I played Diablo 4 in all the betas that they sent out. The pre-release, I actually bought the pack to get the 4-day head start. I played preseason as well as season 1 as well as season 2. But season 2, I was just so goddamn bored of the lack of content um, that I couldn't bring myself to play anymore. Like Diablo 4 season 2 is just it's so stale. They've had so much time to add legitimate content to their game, but I'm not seeing that. Yeah, we have had far more time to add in um, these elements to their game. So it is slightly unfair to compare in terms of time. However, this is Blizzard we're talking about. You have the money and you've had the time. Everyone has known there's going to be a new Diablo game. It's kind of close to Call of Duty at this point, where you know there's a new Diablo game coming. It's the forefathers of RPGs. So I'm not really going to buy the excuse that, yeah, PoE's been out longer, because Diablo is the father of ARPGs, so there's no excuse, right? You've had more time to develop your internal processes to make your games better. However, as it stands, PoE's in game is more fun than Diablo's. And when I'm referencing in game, let me be clear. I'm referencing in game as in when you complete the acts and when you start min maxing your character, pushing towards max level, pushing towards max gear, right? Because technically in both games there is no true end game. It's just constant grind, grind, grind. You'll never have every single item perfect static because of all the insane RNG factors. Okay, in terms of fun, PoE has Diablo beat by a landslide. Simply because it's so much easier to understand the different concepts of what to do in PoE. Even though there's so many more, they're easier to understand conceptually, right? And that kind of it kind of curves the entry level. Whereas in Diablo, it's like if you're starting out and you don't have a lot of help from other people, you're gonna be lost. Even with help from other people, start of a season, the scaling is so slow in comparison to PoE. But again, PoE has been out for so much longer. So let's move on to the next point, the which is really I think most important to ARPG players. There's no point to play an ARPG if there's no build diversity, because you're essentially playing the same game. Like what really changes is the way you build your character, the way you interact with the game, and a large part of that is your build. So, in terms of build diversity, PoE has Diablo beat by a landslide. The amount of playable builds that can compete at an end game level in PoE is far superior to Diablo. Now let's focus on what I care. Let's focus on what I experienced, right? What I experienced in both games while attempting to play a bow build. I am currently playing a bow build, Pathfinder in PoE, and I have theory crafted and mapped out several different bow builds, mostly pin shot in Diablo 4. And my pin shot build, from start to finish, felt a million times weaker than my poison. I started as Toxic Rain, and now I am currently Caustic Arrow, Scourge Arrow in PoE. This Toxic Rain to Scourge Arrow, Poison Arrow build path was so like I don't understand the majority of what's going on in the game, but I know that I felt strong as fuck the majority of this game. There were instances where I was getting one shot in PoE, but it was more so due to like me not understanding the playstyle of my character, versus like unbalance the game. Everyone knows how many times you get one shot getting close to in game in Diablo, and it was real sad. But anyway, just literally just focusing on the build. My bow build just feels more fun, more complete. I'm completing things faster. I'm completing things at an expedited rate. I'm not struggling. I'm bossing. I'm mapping. I'm movement. I've like everything you want in one build. Now, like I said, when I tried rapid fire, mostly pin shot bow builds on Diablo, they just feel so underpowered compared to Twisting Blades that it's like, why does it even exist? And that is my main thing. It's like I personally I enjoy Diablo's world and their lore better. I enjoy the open world experience better. But the trade-off for that open world experience, like, I don't believe it was worth it if we have no build diversity. That being said, maybe Blizzard is going to work and implement that build diversity very soon. But as it stands right now for Diablo Season 2, the build diversity is absolute dog shit. Whereas I can hop in PoE and play numerous different builds. Now, if Diablo 4 gets to the season that in which PoE is currently at, which we're getting ready to go into PoE 2, and it doesn't have the build diversity, I'll be very surprised. However, Blizzard, you still have to compete with the best ARPG that is out. And now that I've actually played PoE to a good extent, I now understand what all my friends are saying when they're comparing Diablo to PoE, and I understand why PoE players, a lot of PoE players, just shit on Diablo and really didn't play Diablo because of the fun factor. It's not comparable whatsoever. It is not comparable. The other thing that I want to mention is league mechanics, right? PoE has this thing where league mechanics come out, and then you take the league mechanics into next season, and you still can complete like the previous season's mechanics in the current season. Diablo, you can do this in the Eternal realm, but you can't do this in the actual like seasonal realm. All the seasonal content moves over to Eternal for you to try, but you're not experiencing every season, which leads me to believe that the scalability of Diablo's like their seasonal system is subpar to Path of Exile, because Path of Exile will always have more content in its season because you can play every season in one season, whereas in Diablo you are only going to be able to play that current season of content. This is not scalable when you're comparing it to PoE. Once again, Blizzard, you need to compete with your competition, and I firmly believe PoE is the most competitive RPG in terms of numbers, viewers, player base in Diablo. And as it stands right now, Diablo 4's viewer base is completely gone percentage wise. You've lost over 90% of your no, you've lost over 400% of your viewer base since it launched, which you're gonna lose a certain amount of your percentage, whatever, especially when there's a new season of a new ARPG. But the viewer base is nowhere fucking close. Holy shit, dude. People have completely abandoned Diablo. And again, I'm starting to see why. True ARPG players are not gonna sit here and like co-sign this shit. I am not a true ARPG player. I'll admit that. I am an MMORPG main. I play MMOs. So when I got into Diablo and it felt like an MMO, I was happy. However, when I saw the lack of build diversity in comparison to MMO, I was not happy. When I saw the lack of build diversity in comparison to other ARPGs, I was distraught and I felt like I was wasting my time playing the game. Also, I was wasting my time because I wasn't having fun. At the end of the day, like, I feel PoE is more fun as a game, which is sad because Diablo is the first game on PC I've ever played and is the first ARPG I've ever played, and it still holds like a really firm grasp in my heart. However, I cannot sit by and just be abused by Blizzard and continue to make content for their game while they kind of just do bumfuck and nothing as to what we ask. Like, I'm paying for your game. I want to see my money's worth in your game. I want to see that you're listening to what I'm saying because it's my money. Otherwise, I'll just go spend my money on something else. I'd rather spend it on a whore who's gonna throw that ass back when I tell her to than spend it on freaking Diablo and Blizzard who doesn't fucking listen, bro. Like, listen to your player base, man. Like, we need build diversity. We need more content, not just bossing. Like, bossing is okay as far as like an in-game mechanic, but it is like not anywhere in comparison to bossing, mapping, heists, like withered pools, like the diversity in gems that PoE has, where your gems upgrade and you get like insane bonuses to your character to the point where you feel strong. And that's my main thing. Like, when I play Diablo, like, a lot of times I don't feel strong unless I'm playing some busted, broken, meta twisting blades build. A lot of times I don't feel strong, which it feels bad, man. Like, I love twisting blades, love dash, like, I love the basic build, but sometimes I just want to hop on a bow build. It's a new season. I want to play that other build. But when the build's not fun, when I'm getting beat the hell up because I can't run T100 Nightmares because I'm getting absolutely shit on because I don't do any damage, like, I'm not having fun. I don't want to play that, dude. I just really don't want to play that. And then, like, we go into the concepts of, like build progression. Like, my build, even though I'm bow build, like, where I started to where I finished, it's not linear. In Diablo, once you have your set build and you build towards that, yeah, you'll get some uniques, you'll get some items. I will say that Diablo's uniques are far better than PoE's, from what I can tell. The overall gearing in PoE is better because I'm not spending hours rolling on stupid ass stats and just farming gear. However, there is a lot more useless gear in PoE. So as far as gearing, I would say both of them have kind of the same problems where, like, there's a lot of useless shit. You know? It is what it is, right? I guess. But still, like, it's far faster and easier to get geared, especially with the trading options that PoE has. Like, it's similar in terms of using Discord or using third-party sites, but my gear in PoE is much more impactful immediately versus Diablo, where I'm min-maxing and rolling for stupid-ass stats. So anyway, for those of you that actually stayed and listening to All my rambling and rants, cool. Thank you, appreciate it. But TLDR, what I'm saying is, as a gamer, someone who's gonna spend hours into the game that I play, I would rather spend time into a game that the developers play, that the developers know that there needs to be build diversity, that it's clear that there's an actual like non-linear gaming path. Like I can tell the developers PoE played their fucking game. I cannot tell that Blizzard has played their game. It seems like they aren't. And like that's just how I'm feeling as a gamer. I've been playing PC since age 9. Like I've been top of the world in so many games. So if I'm having this opinion, I know for a fact the casual who hops in this game is not gonna want to sit there and fucking spend hours playing your game to not even have fun and not have the diversity. So my advice to you, Blizzard, again, like look at your competition, understand what they're doing better, and do it better than them. Because as of right now, PoE is doing that to you. Has everything that you have in your game, your new game, other than the open world aspect. They have everything as far as build path, build diversity, mapping, bossing, league mechanics. Like the majority of the stuff you're implementing into your game is in PoE already. So if you're not looking at what PoE is doing and then do it better, why do you think people are going to choose your game over PoE? Like, that's my advice. That's my question. Like, let me know your comments and concerns in the comment section below. Peace and love, you guys.